Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown results, 205 Live results, and your Facebook Watch Mix Mac Challenge. Happy birthday goes to Tommy Dreamer. Apparently there's two listings for his birthday, February 13th and February 14th. Well, he's born in 1971, so happy Valentine's Day, by the way, doing this video on. Also, February 14th, Viscera, he was born in 1972. Ken Shamrock had a birthday, 1964. There have been rumors and speculation over the past few years that WWE is planning on creating their own game show. This would likely be an exclusive WWE Network show. Looks like that finally might be happening, according to a new video that had surfaced. Xavier Woods has posted a video of the New Day and Darren Young. They are on a set of what looks like to be a game show. It looks like the show will be called Who Knows WWE or something similar based on what the visible in the video. And you can go to this. It's Xavier Woods' personal Instagram account. When you let us hang out with @Renee Young WWE without adult supervision, this is what happens. A promo for this week's WWE SmackDown featuring Dolph Ziggler's return to Tuesday nights for a match with Baron Corbin. The winner will be put into the WWE Fastlane main event with champion AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens to make it a fatal four-way. A promo for this week's SmackDown featuring Dolph Ziggler's return to Tuesday nights for a match with Baron Corbin. The winner will be put into the Fastlane main event with WWE champion AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens, to make it a fatal four-way. Booker T and Corey Graves on his radio show, Heated Conversations, today cleared the air after Booker comments from last week where he blamed Graves for him losing a spot in Monday Night Raw. Right off the bat, Booker and Corey said it was all a work. They said it got kind of curious because they said none of the reporters contacted them to ask about. To what I would respond, reporters posted your words, Booker, so that doesn't make it fake news, as you assert. And Corey, please give all the reporters your phone number, and we'll be glad to check with you on every story pertaining to you. As I said last week, if Booker was working, only he knows for sure. But if they did talk about whether speculating on what the goal of his statements were, which is what commentators are supposed to do, as it turned out, they had one last segment on the radio show to do and nothing to talk about. So Booker decided to make his statements and get people talking. He also said that he actually was happy to be removed from the Raw announce team, as Graves concurred. Graves also mentioned that Big E had any problem with New Day mocking the story in their bits on SmackDown, and Corey said, go for it. Booker didn't know since he doesn't watch SmackDown, and laughed when he was told about it. And you can listen to the interview in the show at this link. Some SmackDown Live event notes. Primo is teaming with Mike Kanellis with Epico out. They're losing to New Day on this loop. Dolph Ziggler is back on live events as well, losing to Shinsuke Nakamura. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Injured WWE superstar Jeff Hardy and his family attended last night's University of North Carolina basketball game against Notre Dame with Hermie Sadler at UNC in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Here are some of the photos of the group sitting courtside. Even a fan with Jeff who took a picture of him as well. Hermie Sadler on Twitter said, "Me and that Jeff Hardy brand appreciate Joe Barry II stopping to take a picture with us after the game. Go Heels at Beth Hardy _ at Cora Sadler." Well, on Twitter at Dan Weiner, and he even spelled it Weiner. How you spell it? Weiner. Jeff Hardy sitting behind UNC bench tonight. Show a picture taking a picture with fan as well. ABD Finch also has a picture at Hermie Sadler at Jeff Hardy brand. Thanks for all the hospitality. The boys enjoyed it. There are rumors going around WWE that say Jeff Jarrett could be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame during WrestleMania 34 week in New Orleans this year. According to PW Insider, no word yet on if that's any true to the matter, but the potential induction would come after Jeff Jarrett recently wrapped a stint in WWE sponsored rehab. The TNA co-founder is no longer affiliated with the company, thus it's not even TNA anymore, or JFW, Global Force Championship Wrestling. With the company and tried to go up against WWE, but he does have controversial past with WWE. Jarrett is a 6-time WWE Intercontinental Champion, 1-time WWE Tag Team Champion, and 1-time WWE European Champion. Also 3-time WCW US Champion and a 4-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion. WWE has confirmed headliner Bill Goldberg, Dudley's Ivory for the 2018 class by this video. Other names rumored or unconfirmed, including Mark Henry, the late Bam Bam Bigelow, and Kid Rock for the Celebrity Ring. 2018 Hall of Fame induction ceremony takes place Friday, April 6th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. But y'all get it right. That would make it 6:30 Central Time. During WrestleMania 34 week, it will air on the WWE Network in its entirety. The Rock has revealed a new theatrical trailer at this link for his Rampage movie that comes out on April 20th this year. The Rock stars in a sci-fi monster film with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Malin Ackerman, Naomi Harris, Jake Lacey, Marley Shelton, and Joe Manganiello. The Riot Squad has challenged Naomi, Becky Lynch, and SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair to a fight on Tuesday's SmackDown from Phoenix. Following their run-in on the show, the match has been confirmed by WWE, and here's a video challenge from Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, Rude Riot. Apparently prior to the show. The dark match main event for SmackDown, and Baker Real saw Ty Dillinger defeat Mike Bennett. SmackDown opened up with a standard video live from Rabobank in Bakersville, California. Tom Phillips welcomes us. He's joined in by Corey Graves and Byron Saxton. I guess the Phoenix would be next week. Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. First up, we go right to the ring. Out comes Dolph Ziggler for a SmackDown return. Baron's music hits next, but he doesn't appear. The winner of this match will be added to the WWE title match at Fastlane to make it a fatal 4-way. Ziggler and Greg Hamilton both look confused. The music hits again. Baron still doesn't show. Cameras go backstage, and we see Corbin getting beat on by Sammy and Kevin Owens. They walk away, but Corbin attacked from behind. They beat Corbin down again. Owens says that's one down, one to go as they walk off. Ziggler watches from the ring as Sammy and Owens come to the stage. As the two was advertised to face off, nothing announced for the stipulation on that match. But that match was changed later in the show, as you will see what happens. Well, Ziggler watches from the ring as Sammy and Owens come to the stage. Sammy walks through the crowd while Owens walks down the ramp. Ziggler meets Sammy in the crowd and starts brawling with him. Owens comes over and joins in. They beat Ziggler all over to ringside and tries to fight back with the numbers game catching up. Again, Sammy drops Ziggler with a haluva kick at ringside. Sammy and Owens stand tall until Corbin runs out and attacks them on stage. They beat Corbin down again. Officials are out to try and restore order. Fans boo Sammy and Owens as they stand over Corbin. We go to replays and then to a commercial. Somewhere in this melee, I saw AJ being attacked as well. AJ Styles. We're back from the break. The announcers show us what happened in the opening segment. Next up, we get Sarah Logan versus Charlotte Flair. We go to ring. Out comes the Riot Squad. Ruby Riot, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan. SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte's out by herself for this non-title match. Match is about to start. When the music hits, out comes Becky Lynch to watch Flair's back at ringside. Naomi is also out to join her. Bell rings and Logan goes right after Flair. They lock up and go in the corner. Still locked up. Flair breaks it and they stare each other down. They tangle again and Logan takes Flair down to the mat first. Logan keeps control and slams Flair again and again. Flair finally breaks free, ends up booting Logan out of the ring with a big boot. Liv and Ruby check on Logan as we go to commercial. Back for the break. Flair's in control. Logan chops her, but just angers Flair. She unloads in the corner with chops. Logan takes it all, but drops Flair for a 2 count. More back and forth. Logan with a butterfly suplex for another 2 count. Logan talks some trash while keeping Flair down in a hold as Ruby cheers her on from ringside. Logan misses in the corner and Flair drops her with a high knee. Logan comes right back with a double knees and a close 2 count on Flair. Logan keeps Flair down with boots. Logan mounts Flair with a big strike and the referee warns her. Logan with another 2 count. Logan keeps Flair grounded. Flair gets to her feet, but Logan clotheslines her for another pin attempt. Logan then runs into a boot to the gut. Flair with a shot. Flair goes for a big boot, but she gets hung up on the top rope instead. Logan with a big suplex for another close 2 count. Riot Squad is frustrated. Logan keeps control, but Flair tangled with her. Flair gets it face first in the turnbuckles, but Flair comes right back and slams her into the top turnbuckle. Flair keeps control and nails the national selection for the win. After the match, Naomi and Becky enter the ring to celebrate with Flair. Ruby and Liv pull Logan to safety as Flair's music hits. We go to replays as the babyface continue to celebrate. Flair exits the ring and raises her title at the announcers, looking up at the WrestleMania 34 banner. SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon is backstage with SmackDown General Manager Daniel Bryan to discuss what happened in the opener. Shane says he's talked with Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin, and they will get their chances. He makes Sammy versus Ziggler and Owens versus Corbin. If Corbin and Ziggler both win their matches, the main event of Fastlane becomes a fatal 4-way or fatal 5-way. Shane says if either of Bryan's boys get involved in the other match, they lose their spot at Fastlane. Shane walks off and we go back to commercial. So, if they both lose their spot, it still could be a triple threat. Ziggler, Corbin, and AJ. Kevin Owens versus Baron Corbin was up next, but we get a Black History Month video. We go to the ring. Out comes Kevin Owens by himself. Baron Corbin was out next. Corbin earns a spot in the Fastlane event if he can win this one. Corbin sells the attack from earlier as he heads to the ring as we see replays of what happened. Bell rings and we get Owens taking control of Corbin in the corner and unloading on him. Corbin fights back and sends Owens out to the floor. Owens regroups in the ring, but jumps back to the floor as Corbin charges. We see Sami Zayn backstage watching the match as Corbin beats Owens around the ringside area. Corbin brings it back into the ring, but he's slow to follow, allowing Owens to attack him as he comes back in. Corbin ends up running into a big boot in the corner. Owens looks to capitalize, but Corbin drops him with a huge right hand. Owens rolls back out to the floor. Corbin follows and works Owens over against the barrier. Corbin drops Owens to the floor and rolls him back in. Corbin follows, but Owens rolls back out. Corbin comes up after him, but Owens turns around and sends Corbin into the ring post. Owens brings it back in the ring and starts working on the ribs that Corbin has been clutching. More back and forth as Owens keeps control. Owens with a quarter cannonball for a 2 count. Back to commercial. Back from the break. Corbin whips Owens into the barrier on the outside, but Owens turns around and drops him. We see Sammy backstage watching again. Owens brings it right back in the ring for a senton and a 2 count. Owens keeps Corbin grounded with a headlock. My buddy Robert came over and we were watching the show with me. Got it all excited with Corbin getting the win. Corbin ended up fighting back and hitting the chokeslam backbreaker, but he can't get the pin. Both end up at the same time. They go at it. Corbin drops down first. Corbin runs out and back into the ring for a big clothesline on Owens. Corbin gets a 2 count. Corbin takes Owens to the top, climbs up for a superplex. Owens fights him off. Owens rocks Corbin and comes back to the mat. Corbin charges but runs into the ring post. After Owens moved, Owens gets a 2 count. Owens drops Corbin and goes up top. Corbin cuts him off. Owens fights back. Owens drops Corbin's neck over the top rope. Hot shot. Owens comes right back in. Catches him with a deep 6, but he can't get a pin. Owens fights back with a super kick. Corbin avoids the pop-up powerbomb and nails the end of days for the pinfall and the win to advance to the fatal 5-way. After the bell was hit, irate Sammy backstage watching. Corbin celebrates as he stands tall as his music hits. We go to replays and come back for more fast lane hype. And now to discuss the SmackDown Top 10 list that debuted last week. Still to come, Bobby Roode's U.S. Open Challenge. That's a commercial. Open Challenge was up next, but supposedly it's supposed to be Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode. But when it comes down, Roode says he wants to be the best U.S. champion since day one. But to do that, he has to outdo John Cena, who defended the title as a fighting champion. Roode kicks off the U.S. Open Challenge and says he hopes whoever answers the challenge tonight meets him face to face instead of hitting him with an RKO out of nowhere, as Orton did last week. Roode waits for his opponent as fan chant for the RKO. Music hit, out comes Orton to a pop. Roode is all smiles as he as Orton faces off in the middle of the ring. Music interrupted and out comes Jinder Mahal with Sunil Singh. Jinder gives it up for Orton and mentions how the fans respect him, unlike the other superstars that they voted him at number 9. The first SmackDown Top 10 list, Jinder goes on taunting Orton about his peers, putting him so low on the list. Jinder has entered the ring now. He says he and Orton have had their ups and downs, but he respects Orton. Fan chant for RKO. Orton doesn't give a damn about the top 10 list and never will. Jinder doesn't believe him. They trade more shots on the mic, and Jinder tries to put some of the heat onto Roode. Roode points out how Jinder didn't even make the top 10 list. And I was talking to Robert and said, I bet that's about to come from one of them. Roode said Jinder didn't make the list because nobody respects him. Roode says he has nothing but respect for Orton and his career. Roode speculates that Orton came in at number 9 because he and everyone else are getting tired of being attacked out of nowhere. Orton asks Roode if he means when Orton does this. And he gives the Singh brother the RKO. Orton drops Singh with an RKO out of nowhere. Chaos unfolds. Roode goes for the glorious DDT on Jinder, but Orton intercepts. Roode drops Orton with a right hand. Jinder ends up dropping Roode and Orton with a Colossus, which is none other than a $1 million dream slam. Robert didn't believe what I was telling him. I know my moves. Jinder standing tall as fans boo. We get replays of Jinder standing tall while his music plays. We go back to commercial break, including promos for tonight's Mixed Match Challenge episode with Rusev and Lana versus Elias and Bayley. New Day versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin was up next. Back from the break, out comes a New Day. Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. There's a table with several trays full of pancakes in the ring, as today is Pancake Day, or Shrove Tuesday. Shrove Tuesday or Fat Tuesday. Woods says Big E is going to destroy the record of eating 113 pancakes in 8 minutes. Well, they start the timer off. Big E starts devouring pancakes, but he's not really swallowing them all. He's got a mouthful of pancakes, as the count didn't even get to 1. Music interrupts, and out come Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. Gable knocks a New Day for all the pancake nonsense. But on their entrance, they are not handing out bootios. As the announcers are saying, they're handing out bootios. There's nothing but pancakes in the boxes. Benjamin comments, and they say they may should have taken the pancake act on the road. Maybe they could even open their own version of IHOP. And they can leave the SmackDown Tag Team division to a few serious competitors. Kofi picks his nose while Woods asks if they're trying to say Kofi ain't serious. Isn't a serious competitor. Big E flashes his chest as Woods asks them the same thing about Big E and then himself. Woods reminds Gable and Benjamin about the New Day's longest reigning record, Woods asks who even wants to see Gable and Benjamin with the titles. Nobody. Gable hushes them and says they start tossing pancakes to the mat, taunting and mocking the New Day. As the New Day are getting serious now, Big E warns them not to touch the pancakes. He grabs a plate of pancakes and holds them to himself. Gable says that they have some news for the New Day. Nobody likes pancakes. As the fans boo, Benjamin wants waffles from now on. So they toss the pancakes to the mat, and Big E is ready to fight for it. Kofi and Woods hold Big E back as we go to commercial. Back from the break, the match is underway. Benjamin delivers a big knee to Kofi for a close 2 count. Gable comes in and works Kofi over for another pin attempt. Gable keeps Kofi grounded by his arm. Big E awaits on the apron for a tag, but Gable prevents it. Gable drops Kofi with a rolling kick for a close 2 count. Benjamin backs in and works Kofi over, taking him into the corner. Gable tags back in for a bit of double teaming in the corner. Kofi ends up sending Gable to the floor, but Benjamin stops him from tagging. Kofi finally makes it to the tag, but Gable drops Big E off the apron. Woods approaches Gable at ringside. Benjamin goes to the floor and lays Woods out with a cheap shot. This allows Kofi to drop Benjamin. Fans rally for the New Day. Big E tags in, as does Gable. Big E unloads with 3 belly-to-belly suplexes. Big E dances over Gable, runs the ropes, and delivers a big splash. Gable counters the big ending and rolls through, lifting Big E for a huge jumper suplex. And I was still commenting on Gable and Benjamin. Gable, they're building him like an early Papa Pump. Steiner. Gable tags in Benjamin, but the referee doesn't see it because Woods is distracted by the referee on the apron. Kofi's tagged in, takes advantage, and kicks Benjamin out of the ring. Gable sends Kofi to the floor. Gable argues with the referee. Big E takes control of Gable and tags in Kofi for midnight hour. Kofi covers Gable for the win. After the match, New Day celebrates as we get replays still to come. Ziggler versus Zayn. Renee Young backstage with Ziggler for comments on the match. Ziggler says he's been away as he's been a little more selective when it comes to his spot, but he's now got another opportunity. Ziggler says he loves it. It's about doing what he was put on this planet to do, perform in the ring. Ziggler goes on about how he is the best. He says Sami and Owens attacked him from behind because they know what he's capable of. Ziggler says the only reason he's back is because he wants the one thing that has eluded his entire career. He wants a main event at WrestleMania. And he'll be danged if he doesn't enter the show as WWE Champion. We go back to commercial as Ziggler walks off. Back from the break, we get a backstage promo for the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, as they are the top tag team in the division. A screen showing the promo backstage is suddenly destroyed by the Bludgeon Brothers, Rowan and Harper. They stare at the cameras to end the segment. As they were about to be saying, "Ooh, so penitent," and then the sheet or screen just tears up, gets burnt up. Sami and Kevin backstage. Sami preparing for his main event. Sami mentions that Owens let him down by losing earlier. Sami says there is no we in this WWE title match at Fastlane. It's every man for himself. Sami walks off, leaving Owens looking shocked. Sami versus Dolph. We're going to ring out first comes Sami for tonight's main event. Dolph is out next to fight for a spot in the Fastlane main event. Back to commercial. Back from the break. Match is underway. Back and forth start. We'll see Kevin Owens watching backstage. Ziggler looks to mount some offense. Ziggler with a neck breaker and a charge in the corner. He's holding his neck, selling the injury from earlier, and another neck breaker for a 2 count. Sami rolls to the floor for a breather as the fan taunts him. Sami ends up unloading on Ziggler in the corner as he comes back in. The referees warn him. Sami stomps in the corner while Ziggler is down. Sami slingshots Ziggler under the rope and puts a knee into him as the referee counts. Sami keeps control and shows off some, wasting time. Ziggler tries to make a comeback, but Sami keeps control. Sami leaps off the second rope, but Ziggler kicks him in midair as the crowd wakes up a bit. Sami sells the big move, big time, but both superstars are down. Commercial break. Back from break, Sammy drops Ziggler with a clothesline, but Ziggler kicks out at 2. More back and forth now. Ziggler hits a big DDT. My P goes off the air and doesn't come back. The whole channel for the streaming went down. But we see Owens watching backstage from the match. Apparently, we're going to the dirt sheets. Ziggler missed a famous attempt, but connected with the next. Ziggler with another 2 count. Sammy ends up top with Ziggler. Ziggler fights as Sammy goes for a superplex. Sammy fights back, stands up, nailing a super huge exploder suplex for the top. Referee counts as both men are down. We get a replay. Ziggler ends up charging in the corner, but he misses and hits a turnbuckle. Sammy misses the haluva kick, and Ziggler nails a zigzag for a close 2 count. Fan chant, "This is awesome." Now, suddenly, the match ends up going nowhere to getting out of the universe. Sammy turns it back around in the corner and looks up to put Ziggler away. Sammy launches Ziggler shoulder first at the ring post again. We see Owens watching backstage. Sammy grabs Ziggler, but Ziggler fights back. Ziggler rolls Sammy up for a close 2 count. Sammy with an exploder into the turnbuckle. Ziggler blocked the haluva kick and nails a big super kick for the pin. As we see Owens watching again backstage, frustrated, Ziggler is going to pass lane to make it a fatal 5-way. After the match, Ziggler has his arm raised as his music hits. We go to replays. Ziggler poses in the corners and we see WrestleMania banner hanging high. Fans pop big for Ziggler. SmackDown goes off the air. Ziggler goes to the ringside to continue his celebration. Elias and Bayley start a song only to be rudely interrupted by Rusev and Lana. Rusev is donning a brand new singlet to match Lana's. We get to see their preparations for this match and their charities they'll be competing for at this link. Don't know anything more than that. I didn't watch the show. But this is up and they're going simultaneously. Facebook Watch and 205 Live, apparently. Rusev is over, but unfortunately he can't get his wife's song over. We check backstage where Big E and Carmella are following along with the show. Lana is finally chosen to start the match, and we're off. Bayley gets the best of Lana early on with takeovers and an elbow to the back. Lana heads to the corner for some motivation from her husband. It apparently works as Lana charges full steam ahead, and down goes Bayley. Lana goes crazy and looks to attack again, but instead decides to crush Elias's guitar. A bit upset, Elias tags himself in. Slow playing this match. Rusev focuses on the injured ribs of Elias, which are taped up after the base travesty from Braun Strowman early in the show. Elias ducks the Rusev punch, but turns right around into a Rusev kick. Big suplex for the big Bulgarian brute, but Bayley tags herself in. Lana hits a nice face buster for a 2 count. Lana forearm for another near fall. Bayley backs up and goes to town. Spear to the corner, roll through, back elbow. Bayley has Lana perched up top. Rusev and Elias prove to be a distraction on the outside. Lana takes advantage. She goes for the pin and gets it. Her first victory in WWE, per se, Michael Cole. Winners by pinfall, Lana and Rusev. After the match, Renee Young interviews the winning team. Lana is so happy, she's speaking Russian. Rusev is clearly elated about the result. We see promos for the teams for next week. Apollo Crews and Nia Jax versus Bobby Roode and Charlotte. See you next week. Woo! As he says. 205 Live recap. Starts off from last week where Kalisto defeated Liz Dorado. Roger Strong took down Hideo Itami to move in on the Cruiserweight Championship. Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness welcome us as they preview tonight's matches. Galak versus Nice, along with Tozawa versus Andrews. Formerly known as Mandrews. Combined his name, Mark Andrews. Akira Tozawa versus Mark Andrews' first round tournament match. Backstage, Dr. Vented talks to Mark Andrews and asks about what it's like to become the from the UK for this opportunity. Andrews says he's excited that people all around the world are talking about this tournament. He's confident about heading to WrestleMania 34. Match gets rolling with some chants. Andrews focusing on Tozawa's leg, trying to keep him grounded as we cut to 205 Live. GM Jake Maverick looking on from the back. Andrews trying to stretch out Tozawa. Crowd pretty much quiet this part. Andrews with a drop kick to the face, pin for a 2. Back and forth chop to the chest with Tozawa landing a right jab to the jaw to stop that exchange. Standing senton lands clean on Andrews. Pinfall for a 2 count. Tozawa gains control of the match, working away on Andrews. Lots of submission early on between these two. Tozawa tries to toss Andrews out. He whips around using the ropes. Kick Tozawa, springboards crossbody back in the ring. Pin for a 2 count. Tozawa recovers. Nails a shining wizard. Tozawa goes up top. Andrews rolls out to the floor. Tozawa immediately follows with a suicide dive with somewhat sketchy landing. Action backs inside the ring. Tozawa heads up top again. Andrews forces him off. Running knee, Northern Light suplex. Standing corkscrew, senton pin for a 2 count. Multiple forearms to Andrews. But a kick to the stomach stops that. Andrews tries for a tornado DDT. Nope. Andrews then hits a nice modified thunder pin for a 2 count. Tozawa put on the top ropes. Andrews heads up with him, tries for Hurricane Rana. Tozawa halts that. Goes for a super power bomb. Andrews reversed it with a nice Hurricane Rana pin for a 2 count. Andrews back up top, tries for a shooting star press and rolls through. Tozawa with a kick, tries for a submission, but Andrews uses his momentum for the pin and gets the win. Andrews advances in the to the next round. Backstage, Joshua interviewing Jack Gallagher, who will face Mustafa Ali next week. Drake Maverick shows up and says his suit and tie is not proper wrestling attire. Maverick says Jack needs to sort himself out and come back next week with proper gear on. Also next week, it will be Buddy Murphy versus Area DeVary. We'll see a vignette for Buddy Murphy, who talks about how he lost the tag title and had to work himself back up from the bottom. Murphy says he had to work hard to get below 205 pounds. Backstage, Drew Gulak was getting ready for his match against Nice, but he's looking super serious. Nice also getting prepped as he checks himself out in the corner. Posing. Here. Gulak versus Nice. First round tournament match. Gulak tries for a handshake. Nice kicks his hand away. Corner elbow tie up. Nice immediately throws Gulak down to the mat. Gulak works Nice's neck. Lots of mat work to start things off. Crowd is dead quiet in this match as well. Nice with a flurry attacks. Sweep kick pin. 2 count. Action on the floor. Gulak with a snap with a suplex slamming Nice hard on the floor. Ref starts the 10 count and gets to 9 before Nice gets in the ring. Gulak gets a quick pin for a 2 count. Nice with some more strikes. Spinning kick drops Gulak for a moment. Jumping clothesline picks him up right back. Pin 10 for a 2 count. Crowd gives a mild reaction to Nice's attack. Nice tries for a pump panel slam. Nope, off the ropes. He just throws Gulak to the mat. Pin gets a 2 count. Gulak with a drop kick. Joe losing his mind that Gulak actually left his feet. Gulak drops knees again. Pin for a 2 count. Nice charges in. Gulak grabs him by his beard. Starts slapping away at Nice in the face. Gulak with a high elevation suplex with a bridge. Kick out at 2. Body scissors fly by Gulak. Nice tries to get to the ropes. Nope. Nice lifts Gulak up over the ropes to get a rope break. Nice with a sweep kick to send Gulak to the floor, and then he gets a Fosbury flop. Nice throws him back in. Goes to the top. Front flip misses. Hard. Gulak tries for a dragon sleeper. Nice gets away through, though, and drives Gulak to the mat. Pin gets a 2 count. Gulak tries for an armbar. Tony deadlifts Gulak and launches him into the turnbuckle. Nice tries for running knees in the corner. Gulak rolls out to the floor. Nice follows and gets him back in the ring. Gulak knocks Nice off the apron. He crashes into the announce table. Ref checking on Nice. Gulak goes back out and throws him into the announce table twice. Back into the ring. Gulak with a big clothesline that flips Nice and hits a double power bomb. He finally locks in a dragon sleeper. Nice is out. The referee stops the match. Glock was super aggressive towards the end of the match, and Glock wins the match by referee stoppage. After the match, Glock goes for the title. He holds it up and yells, "This is mine." And that ends the show. There were 2 dark match main events in Bakersfield as well. Just like from Raw, after 205 Live went off the air, Becky Lynch and Naomi defeated Carmella and Natalya, while AJ Styles retained over Jinder Mahal with a phenomenal forearm. Jinder vs. Styles closed the show. As noted, the first round of the WWE Mixed Challenge will wrap next Tuesday in Phoenix as Nia Jax and Apollo Crews take on SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair and U.S. Champion Bobby Roode. Jackie Cruz tweeted the following on the match: at Nia Jax, WWE, watch my partner at Apollo Crews and I destroy next week. Hashtag WWE MMC on hashtag Facebook Watch. Samoa drops and Gorilla presses all day long. Hashtag Powerhouse Team. Hashtag Crews Jax Destruction at WWE. Apollo Crews says, "You ready, partner?" At Nia Jax WWE. That's all he said. And that concludes my results for 205 Live, SmackDown, and Mixed Match Challenge. Thanks again. See you on radio. Stay tuned next week for more action from the Shreveport Connection.